Short question, we stop, left off. So. We have solved all of these questions. This too.
It was the one about 3, 5, and 8, the dimensions.
That's good. Good question. 3, 5, 8 is what we said a bit above. This, no this, no this one. We answered the kilowatt hour, I think. This was the last one. This is the constant voltage circuit doubled. The power is created. I think we need to answer this and this. No, we have come to this part, first. We'll start from here, 33. So let's start with someone of you guys. Let's check randomly. Hassan. Faisal.
Yes.
Faisal, you will answer the first question here.
4 unequal resistors are connected in series with each other. Which one of the following statements is correct about this combination? Equivalent resistance is equal to that of any of the resistors. The equivalent resistance is equal to average of 4. The equivalent resistance is less than that of the smallest. 4 unequal resistors are connected in a series. If they're unequal, the equivalent is going to be less than the smallest.
This is for the in parallel connections, but we have here in series.
In a series is a straight line. So in parallel is less, and it's unequal, so more.
It's the sum of them. The equivalent resistance is the sum of all resistance. So do you find this or something similar to this answer here? A, B, C, D.
In series, the equivalent is more than the largest, E.
Yes, it's more than the largest. It's more than the sum of all of them. So the answer is E. One more thing, I want to be sure that you answer it right, because we have a lot of questions on that. Resistance and constant voltage is doubled. Oh, yes, this type of question, because this type of question is important. I'm going to ask about it. طيب حسن لازم تنسى راس خالد. أتمنى يكون معك غير خالد بدر. خالد جو ولا حاجة يا شباب موجود معانا؟ مش موجود. كميل مش موجود. نطلع فوق شوية. عبد الله الملحم. Let me add a session for you here, so I can add absence. Date 15, the Thursday time slot. It's 6th session. Submit. So it stops here. And let me take the absence. Who are not answering will be absent. Hassan, absent. Okay. Khalid didn't answer me. Kumail didn't answer me. So go back again. Faisal answered me. Abdullah Milham. Abdullah Milham.
I'm here, yeah, mister. I'm here.
Okay, Hassan. Hassan answer this question 28. Hassan.
Guys, I need protection. Wait, actually, no, I don't.
So, can you read the question aloud?
26,
Just
mister,
read
or
it.
27?
Read the question.
27?
Just aloud. 28. We
Which
answered
one?
27. We answered this yesterday. I think that you
36?
answered it. 27
Yeah, I did.
was, yes, so we want 28.
The resistance voltage circuit is doubled. The power dissipated by that circuit will increase by a factor of 2.
So this is a very, I chose this question and this type of question because it's a little bit manipulating for you. So let me indicate what you have to do. I said yesterday that we have many relations for power and the component or the features in electric circuit. We have power and IV, we have power and I square R, we have power and V square R. So which relation can I use it to determine the relation between power and resistance, this one or this one? Because in this one, for example, it's directly proportional. Power is directly proportional with resistance, while in this one, it's inversely proportional. So you may be confused, and here power is directly proportional to current, and here is directly proportional to the square of the current. Here power is directly proportional to the voltage, and here power is directly proportional to the square of the voltage. To determine which one of these I'm going to use, you have to know what are the components, what are the features mentioned in the question. Let's go back to the question. So resistance is constant, so we have resistance. You have to type them here. I put them in red. So you have mentioned resistance. What else is mentioned? And the voltage is doubled. You have voltage. Voltage is doubled, multiplied by 2. The power, he asking about the power. What happens to the power? So depending on that mentioned, depending on these features that were mentioned in the question, I have to pick up the equation that I'm going to use it. Power, voltage, resistance. The only one that has power, voltage, resistance is this one. Okay, so type it away from here. Power equal V square divided by resistance. This is important, guys, because it's manipulating for you. And what we have done here, sorry, it's in the previous page, we double the voltage. So when you double the voltage, let me do it for you, multiplied by 2, but 2 squared, so increase it by 4 times. So the power, the new power will be 4 times as the original power dissipated after changing the voltage to the double. So the answer, what was your choice, Hassan? You said factor 2 or factor 4?
You said 2.
So the answer increased by the factor of 4, not 2, depending on this relationship. Okay, guys. So let me give you another question on that. Okay, okay. Khalid is here. Kumail is here. Khalid, Kumail. أي حد موجود؟ عشان ما يرجعوش يقولوا احنا كنا هنا وكنا في الحمام وكنا سامعين وكان الدنيا. خالد، بدر، وكميل مش موجودين. طيب يحيى. يحيى.
Yeah.
Okay, Yahya. Next question, 29, read it.
If the voltage across a circuit of constant resistance is doubled, the power dissipated by that circuit will?
Dissipated. So you have to focus here. What are the features mentioned here? Voltage, resistance, power. The same. Voltage, resistance, power. So we'll use the same equation here. Let's read that. Voltage, resistance, and power. And let's see what are the changes that have been done on that. If the voltage across the circuit voltage constant,
Resistance is
constant
doubled.
resistance. No, the voltage is doubled. The power dissipated. This is the same question as the previous one. If the voltage, if the resistance in a constant voltage circuit doubled. Oh, I flipped it. I flipped the answer. This is the same
Yeah,
here.
it's the same as the last one, but it's يعني عكس
No.
تصير
It flip
over.
it. Here he means that the resistance is doubled. So I will answer this one. So if the voltage is doubled, it's 4 times, which we answered before. Now he's saying if the resistance in constant voltage circuit is doubled. You see this question? Here the doubling is not the voltage, but it is the resistance.
Yeah.
So it's manipulating. We answered the opposite. We answered that the voltage is doubled. I read from here. Voltage is doubled, but it was not voltage is doubled. Okay.
So 28 increases by factor of 2.
Let me solve 28 again and then come to 29 because we flipped the questions. So here the resistance is doubled. Let's come here. Resistance is doubled by factor of 2. Okay. So if this is doubled, this must be decreased to half. So we misunderstand the question here because it's not saying in 28 voltage is doubled. No. If the resistance in a constant voltage circuit, so the voltage is constant and the resistance is doubled, the power dissipated will be decreased to half. So the answer decreased to 1/2. So the answer is C. So Yahya, let's come to read this question. If the voltage across
a circuit of constant resistance is doubled, the power dissipated by that circuit will decrease. So,
no,
times 2.
Let me indicate it. Let me indicate for you. Constant resistance. Yes, okay. What happened? We double voltage.
Yes, you double the voltage.
So what happened to the power?
It increased.
How many times?
Directly proportional. Times 2.
How many times?
2.
No, not 2.
2 squared.
Because 2 squared, yes. Because we double the voltage and squared. So what?
4.
4 times. So this is what we answered previously, but we answered it according to reading the question in the wrong way. So this question here, if the voltage across is doubled, constant resistance here. So the paraphrase or the context we didn't understand it in 28, so we answered a different question. While the answer for this question is the answer for 29. It increases 4 times. So by 4 times as large. So A, the answer is A. The answer is A. Let's take another one, 30. And let's go for Omar. Omar?
Oh, sorry. Just I was busy doing something.
Kareem, I didn't call you yet, but I'm calling Omar. If Omar did answer, you will answer. Okay. Omar?
Hello, mister.
Kumail, alhamdulillah, as-salama, Kumail.
I joined late, sorry.
Okay, no problem. Khalid joined or not?
Mr. Umar said he's going to the grocery store, so that's why he's not here. He'll be back though.
Okay, until he backs. طيب, Muhannad, we have this question, 20, not 29, but 30, question 30, read it. If we double
the resistance but current in it constant, the power dissipated by the circuit will the resistance.
So resistance, you have to mention that the features: resistance, current, power. Resistance, current, power. What is the relation that gathers them? Power equal what? I squared. You have to save it.
2 times.
And then you have to know the changes here. If we double the resistance, we doubled what? The resistance. So what happened to the power?
It's also doubled.
It's also doubled. So the answer here, the power dissipated by the circuit will be 2 times as great. So double. The answer is B. Okay. I think this is enough for this. Let's take another question. You can do. I can give you a lot of examples. I will send you this worksheet so you can walk through it. We have answered 33, I think. Now we will answer 34. Let's go for Karim. 34, read it, Karim.
Of course. 4 unequal resistors are connected in a parallel with each other. Which of the following statement is correct about this combination? A, B, C, D, or E? Equivalent. Is it B, that they're equal to the average of the 4 resistances?
4 unequal resistors are connected in parallel with each other. 4 unequal. Which of the following statement is correct? You said B. The equivalent resistor is equal? No.
Oh, they're unequal. So,
They are
yeah.
unequal.
Mm-hmm.
And they are in parallel, huh? It's the
Yeah.
opposite of question 33.
Uh-huh.
So what's the right answer? You can read all of them in loud, so we can hear you, so you may think or we have
okay, sure.
an idea. Yes.
The equivalent resistance is less than that of the smallest resistor. The equivalent resistor is equal to the average of the 4 resistances, which was my answer. The equivalent resistance is midway between the largest and smallest resistance. The equivalent resistance is more than the largest resistance. None of the other choices is correct.
So when we have more than one resistor connected in parallel, we said that the sum or the equivalent, not the sum, but the equivalent resistance for all of these would be what? The answer is here. We have answered it before. If you have a group, if you have, for example, let's set examples. If you have 100,000 ohm and only 1 ohm, 100,000 and 1 ohm are connected in parallel, the equivalent will be greater than 100,000, between 100,000 and 1, less than 1. I have given this example before. I said that example before. So what was the answer? Do you remember?
No, to be honest.
So I give you can say a rule of something that we say it. The equivalent resistance for a group of resistors connected in parallel will be smaller than the smallest. So if I connected 100,000 ohm parallel with 1 ohm, the equivalent will be less than 1. Will be less than 1. This is the...
So is it A?
Yes, the answer is A. The equivalent resistance is less than that of the smallest resistor. We have something like this. Draw a circuit with 2 batteries, a resistor between them, and a capacitor in parallel with the resistor. So he's asking you to draw a battery and give you examples. So let me get someone to read it. This question. مشعل. مشعل زين. طيب مش موجود. محمد بودي.
Yes.
Okay, Muhammad, I want you to answer this question. Go read it, Muhammad. Draw a circuit with 2 batteries a resistor between them and a capacitor in parallel with the resistor. The batteries are connected negative pole to positive pole.
Okay, can I see the choices?
Yes, this is A, this is B, this is C, and this is D, and there is nothing more. The answer is one of these, so I can't fit all of them in the screen. So
Yes,
the answer
yes,
is not.
yes. The answer
Hmm?
is one of these. Yes.
Yes.
So it's. I think so. It's C.
C, the capacitor is in series with batteries and resistance. We have only one path. All of them are in series together, in series with each other. We need this capacitor to be in parallel with the resistor, and the batteries are connected negative to positive. You'll find that the batteries are the same, negative, positive, negative end, positive end, negative end, positive end, negative end, positive end. All the changes happen to the capacitor here. We have a connection here, we have another connection here, we have a third connection here, and we also have a fourth connection here. We want the capacitor to be parallel with the resistor. It
B.
means the answer, no, not B. Here are series, because the current will leave
Okay.
this battery, enter the capacitor, then enter the resistance. We want, it means parallel, that you will have two branches between R and C, which is A. The current will split into a branch here and another branch here. So C is in parallel with R because both of them are have two branches that are connected together. So this is called what? This is called a parallel connection. A parallel connection. Thank you, Muhammad Boudi. Let's go away from drawing. I can send you. You can do it alone later. Let's go. Okay, this is good. Let me pick someone to answer it. Boom from the up. Ahmed Anwar al-Mulla. Ahmed Anwar. Ahmed Anwar. Ahmed Anwar. أحمد توفيق المشعل. أحمد توفيق المشعل. ايش تكونوا غايبين يعني ولا ايه؟ أحمد المشعل. اوكي أحمد. Ahmed, I want you to read question 38. This one.
When unequal resistors are connected in parallel in a circuit, the same circuit always runs through each resistor. The potential drop is always the same across each resistor. The largest resistance has the largest current through it. The power generated in each resistor is the same. It's the same current always runs through each resistor. Oh, is there E? Well,
No, only A, B, C, D. If you have more than one resistor connected in parallel with each other, what is the right sentence that applies for this connection? And they are unequal.
The right.
Huh?
It will be it's A.
Yes, not A. the same current always run through each resistor? No, not A. Because they are unequal. If they were equal, you will have the same current running through each one of them. But the resistors are not
Isn't it-
equal.
But we don't take the whole count, like the. So Mr. McBoot is lagging. The whole count of the resistance of the whole circuit, like resistance is one R over one over one R2.
Let me show you something now. These are 3 unequal resistance. Okay, you have a battery here. You have a battery, negative and positive end. The current will flow from the positive end, as you see, like this. And we'll have one branch, second and third branch, 3 currents. We have R1, they are not equal. We have R2, and we have R3. And let me read sentence by sentence for you. The same current always run? No, because they have different resistance, and here the current will be different because we don't have the same resistors here. So the one is wrong. Let me read C for you. The largest resistance has the largest current? No, because the largest resistance will receive the lowest current. The current is smart. It's in the hardest way. It means the largest resistance, the lower current or the slower current or the slowest current will run through it. The smallest current will run through it. Okay, so the largest resistance will receive the smallest current. Also, C is wrong. The power generated in each resistor is the same. No, the power is not the same because we have different resistance and we have different current running in each one of them. But what is the, or we have the same, what is equal for all of this? Voltage is the same. I said for you that voltage, which means the energy dissipated for each coulomb, will be the same through all the resistors that are unequal. If we have, for example, 3 volt here for the battery, so the voltage across this one is 3 volt. The voltage across here will be 3. The voltage across this one is 3. And I've explained why that. Because the voltage represents the power dissipated for each coulomb. So the coulomb that will leave this one will lose 3, and the one that will leave this one will lose 3, and the one that will go here will lose 3. So they will have the same amount of energy when they meet here. They can't go together side by side if they have different kind of or different amount of energies. So they may have the same amount of energy, so they have to lose the same amount of voltage across each resistance. So the answer is B. The potential drop is always the same across each resistance. Thank you, Ahmed. Let's go for another one. Kumail. Kumail 39. كوميل فين كوميل اختفى يا كوميل مفيش كوميل مين ما جاوبش تاني absent people أحمد أنور خالد كوميل مشعل عمر and let me start عبد الله الملحم.
I texted the Khalid Mr. He said he don't have chat.
Khalid don't have a chat. Okay. عبد الله الملحم. عبد الله الملحم. أحمد المشعل. أحمد المشعل.
Yes, Mr.
Read this question, last question, read it.
When unequal resistors are connected in series across an idle battery, the same
Connected in series.
the same power is distributed in each one. the potential difference
Dissipated.
across each is the same. The current flowing in each the same. The equivalent resistance of the circuit is less than that of the smaller resistor. The equivalent resistance of the circuit is equal to the average of all resistors.
So what's the answer for this? If you have more than one resistors that are unequal, connected in series, what's right here?
It's not D.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not C.
Yes. Not what?
Not C.
The current flowing in each is the same. This is the right answer.
But doesn't
Because
the current drop?
No, the voltage drops, but the current is the same. If you have
Okay.
a group of resistors like this, you have one resistance here, another one here, and another one here, whatever the number, the current flowing through this resistor is the same current, because there is no branching. What is decreasing or having drops for it, it's the voltage, not the current. Okay? So
Okay.
on series circuit, the current is the same. The current splits in what? The current in the parallel circuit, while voltage is the same. So we said in the parallel circuit, it's a voltage divider. It's it's a current divider. Here is the current divider, because we have I1 and I2 and I3. We are dividing the current. So connection in parallel, we call it current divider. While connection in series, we have the same current, we call it voltage divider, because we have V1, we have V2, and the voltage is dividing. So connection in series is voltage divider, while connection in parallel is current divider, because we are splitting current. Here we are splitting voltage. Okay, thank you guys for listening, and have a nice day. I will upload all the material that you may need it for the exam. Thank you for listening, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Mr. Bye.